This is Scottsdale Stacker, not to be confused with Scottsdale Mint, which is down the road from me. I am a stacker that lives in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I am starting a YouTube channel here to, show off my show off and learn and teach all about silver and gold and my journey that I am starting. I will, talk about the different types of coins I'm getting and bars and maybe collectibles and, basically show you what I'm thinking and my process. And I've been a collector of all kinds of things. I've collected, when I was a little kid, toys, video games, VHS, anything. I was a big collector. Disney dollars, all that kind of stuff. So I've collected in my adult life things like, equipment, tools, comic books, movies again, maybe replicas of things. And, after a lot of collecting and trying to sell things back or make profit, it's very difficult. And when it comes to gold and silver, you literally could just go into a shop and, have up to $10,000 of stuff of silver and just or gold and say, here you go, and then they'll give you cash as long as they've got cash on hand. Sometimes you have to write a check, but call first, say, hey, can you have cash ready? And they will. And you collect comic books and you go to a comic book store, they're going to give you a fraction of what's worth. Or I remember buying video games and selling video games. I'd buy a game for $59. Then I'd go to Funko Land, which became GameStop, and try to sell it, and they go, I'll give you $1, or I'll give you $5. It's like $5. What the hell, And it's just bad collecting. It doesn't make sense. I mean, yeah, people can argue that there's some video games and comics that are worth a lot of money. But if you want to make that money, you've got to probably set up your own booth at a convention or a Comic-Con or something, or you have to sell on eBay, and eBay takes a cut. Now eBay, you can't make over $600 after Joe Biden changed that law where you make $600, now they're going to send you a tax form. It used to be a lot higher than that, just to sell your junk off. Garage sales, everyone's always expecting a deal, so it's hard to sell on those. So really, it just makes sense to buy gold and silver, especially at the time it is now. So let's get into it. Why should I buy gold and silver? Or why should you buy gold and silver? Now, if you're new to gold and silver, a good place to start is APMEX or APMEX, however they like to say it. I know a lot of people have their own go-to places, but this is where I'm starting off. So if you look at silver, today it's 25. It's been hanging around 25 probably for, a week now? Almost, or let's see when it went to 25. April 4th, went to 25, and it's just been sitting around 26, 25, goes under 24. Let's go to 3 months here. Yeah, so if you look at 3 months, I guess back in 2023, it was getting close over there at the beginning of the year. But yeah, now it's sitting around 25. And like everybody is saying, that silver is completely undervalued, mainly, as my coin store worker guys will say, I asked them the question, I was like, how come silver is so low? And they say, well, because it's in all our products. And because it's in all our products, they try to keep that price low, however, whatever means possible. But during times of economic strife and, recessions and bubbles bursting, everything just flies up in price. And even around that time, they say it's harder to actually sell your gold and silver because everybody's jumping to sell their gold and silver because they want to make a huge profit. So let's go to the all button here. So if you look here, silver back in 1993 was $5. Now, back in 93, I was caring more about video games and toys and probably playing in the dirt. But if I would have bought silver, it'd be worth $25 now. Or back in 2011, April 2011, $44. Or during COVID, went to 27. So I mean, really, there's a lot of different things to think about when it comes to gold. Will it stay around here? I've bought stock and stuff like that, mutual funds, and I've Bitcoin, and we're going to talk about that stuff too, um, and why I'm choosing to go this route instead of those routes. Well, the thing here is, you know, will it ever be $4 again? Probably not. I mean, I doubt it. It would never go. I mean, it'd have to be a new country. America would have to completely change to a new country, something. I don't know. I just don't see that happening. Uh, it, and will it ever go down to say, $15 again? $12. Look at that, $12. March 16th, 2020. That was right around COVID there, wasn't it? So just gold and silver, I guess, dropped and then bam, went back up. So the reality here, we're at 25. My prediction, I walked stock and stuff, and I collect a lot of things, and just overall, it could possibly go down, I would say, to $15 again. It could drop. It possibly could, and then it will go back up. I believe that gold and silver is a long game. If you're getting the gold and silver just to make money right now, I wouldn't do it. Because everyone's going to say, it's going to go up, it's going to explode, it's going to go to $500, it's going to go to $1,000. And then there's people saying, nope, it's going to go down. It's just up now, and then it always goes down. I mean, if you look back here, 2011, it was $44. And this is right around, that was the recession, right? Was it 2009? I mean, it was down here in 2008, and then the housing bubble just goes up, 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 but we bounced back. Can America bounce back again? I think so. I really do. I mean, all we have to do is make some decisions. I think Elon Musk said, we just need to produce more, work more. People need to get out and get jobs and stop sitting at home watching Netflix and playing video games or stuck to their phones. Be productive again. I mean, I'm pretty sure if they opened up the Keystone Pipeline, boom, everything, our entire, our entire economy here would change, But, politicians, I don't think they know what they're doing. I really don't. I don't think they know at all. I mean, most of them are lawyers. And I used to work for a law firm and had new lawyers, and they were terrible at spending money. They'd make a ton of it and then just use it all and be in massive amounts of debt, own multiple houses and cars, and go on nice vacations, just waste money. Just waste. And maybe you know a lawyer that's smart with their money, but I haven't met one myself. I almost became a lawyer, and I was like, I don't want to do this crap. It's very boring. I studied it, and it just wasn't for me. I try to find the right path for my life. So, but anyway, I'm going on to a tangent now. So let's get back to silver. So silver, right now it's around 25. So buying silver for me has been fun. I started a month ago, and I'm going to start making videos about the silver I have and the silver I buy. Back in 2018, I was going to start, 2018. I was probably going to start around here. It was a lot cheaper, and I did a little bit, and then I got out of it because, life happened. But now, because things are looking grim, I feel like this is a long-term thing, and I'm thinking maybe, 10, 20 years from now, I'll still have the same stuff I have now, not just buy and sell like a collector. Okay, let's go to gold prices. All right, gold prices. Gold prices, same thing. Look how low it was back when 1993. Still was a lot. I didn't have $393 when I was a little kid. I don't think any little kid should have that kind of money. But I mean, as you see, it just starts going up. Then 2005, 6. This is around the Iraq War. Just boom, starts going up. Then boom, housing bubble. Of course, bam, all that crap happened, and that's why we're as high as we are. But after the housing, it went back down. Look, it went from 1,800 back down to 1,200. And even down here, $1,000. That it just stayed steady for years around the 1,000 to 1,300, and then, of course, COVID. Here's COVID. And Joe Biden. So, tragedies, we don't want more tragedies, but tragedies will make things go up because things come scarce. Remember when toilet paper, no one could find toilet paper? That sucked. So that is what it is. And now it's just sticking around, you know. Oh wow, it went down to 16 October 24th. At that point I wish I was buying gold. But now we're stuck around 2000. Will it go down again? It's possible because it has gone down before. And that what happened around the economic bubble when everyone was broke, I remember that. It was hard to find work. It was difficult. And it took years. So could we be stuck at the 2000 mark for years? It could be. Will we ever go back down to 1000? I don't think so. Personally, I don't think so. I think maybe it could go down to maybe 13 to 15, but that's only if somehow this economy gets changed back. Now, going to the economy, it's kind of hard to argue with $31 trillion. I mean, that's a lot of money. And especially, it's not even backed by gold or silver, it's backed by debt. So, I mean, I know there's some states trying to bring back the silver standard, and I applaud them. They should do that. I mean, we all should do that. Because right now, that piece of paper is no more stronger than, sorry about that, that's my phone, that is no more stronger than toilet paper. In reality, say if the world came to an end, boom. Look at Venezuela's money. You have to spend millions and millions and millions of Venezuelan money just for one piece of toilet paper or one roll of toilet paper. So will we get out of this? I don't know. I mean, if you look at the debt, I mean, it was so low going into 2000, and it just has never stopped. And the people in charge don't care. It feels like they don't care. They don't want to pay anything back. They just want to spend money. So if you look at debt, national, and you look at, now I'm just going to random websites trying to find the right one. Right, I guess this is a good one right here. So you look at 1990, at 2000, we were at 5 trillion, Then the Bush War, and then Obama, and then COVID, and then now now it's Biden, and he's spending just as much as everybody else is spending. I mean, think about that. Back in the 80s, we were under $5 trillion. In the 90s, still under $5 trillion. It looks like there's even some dips here. Went down a little bit, like we actually paid back. So in reality, what's going to happen? I mean, now they're talking about going to some kind of digital currency, which is worthless. At least paper you can hold on to. Now we're going to be holding on to air, which is frightening because then they're going to watch everything you do. I mean, nobody wants that. The only people that want that are politicians and the government. But regular people don't want that crap. All right, let's go on the stock. Now, I bought a lot of stock when I was younger, and I would always say balance out. I'd spend maybe $4,000, $5,000, and some of it would go down, some of it would go up, and then I have to pay taxes on what went up. So it was like it always balanced out. I never put $100,000 in the stock market or anything. And not only that, stock is tricky because think about it. A company like Apple could one day get canceled. You can't cancel gold or silver. You can't. It doesn't have an opinion. It doesn't have a voice. It doesn't have political beliefs. Like, look what happened to Budweiser. I looked at their stock, and it looks like it hasn't gone down. But I'm sure it's going to go down. Oh, this is Bitcoin. I'm sorry. But Budweiser, after what they did, people are like boycotting it. So it's gonna have a dip because they did something that disagreed with certain types of people. I mean, you could be left, you could be right, but if you piss off one group, they're gonna boycott and stop buying it. Companies can be completely destroyed, and you can own Apple stock, but say they go out of business. Well, if you got gold can't go out of business. The only way gold can go out of business is the government takes it away from us or they don't allow you to sell anymore. And once the country becomes that, it's time to leave. I know they did that in the 30s, but if they do that again, leave. Because you're no longer free. They take away your guns and your gold, boom, you're no longer free. You're a slave. So that's just that. So inflation calculator. So 1913, inflation. The rate of inflation is 2,948. Okay, well, let's say another let's give it another, let's say 50 years. Let's go back 50 years. So that would be 1923, 25, that'd be 70. Let's just go back to 75. 461. So 50 years, 461 inflation. So it's going to do the same thing. Now let's actually go 20 years, 23 years. 2000. 75%. So inflation never stops. It's going to keep going because people don't know how to spend, the government doesn't know how to spend money, doesn't know how to keep our money worth something. Everyone's raising their prices for no good reason. You know, apartments used to cost nothing. Apartments are so expensive now. For one bedrooms, you're talking like $1,200. When I was a kid, one bedroom was like $300. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Everything will go up, and it's just will happen. Eventually, you know, we probably won't even have dollars anymore, and we won't even have ones. You'll be paying in 10s and 20s or digital currency. Don't know how that's going to work yet, but we'll find out. Now, more reasons why you should invest in gold. Okay, going back in time. You know, here is the 80s. A quarter pounder, 70 cents. A quarter pounder with cheese. A Big Mac was 65 cents. A Filet-O-Fish was 49. Cheeseburger, 33 cents. Now imagine those prices today. Wouldn't that be just beautiful? Gosh, I mean, your dollar would go so far, but your dollar doesn't go anywhere anymore. I mean, you can't even, there is no dollar menu anymore. It's gone. So they call it a value menu now, and everything's over $1. So, I mean, and look at the way, you know, things have changed. You know, things went from bright and fun to like boring and dull, like Apple. You go into an Apple store and it's just this dull, boring little place. But look at how, I was younger, you go to McDonald's and have the time of your life. You know, they'd have fun games to play, and everything was nice, and Ronald McDonald, you know, and now you go in there, it's like you're walking into a robot. And they want you to self-checkout. It's all about stupid stuff like that. So anyway, so Bud, you know, Bud's losing money. We talked about that. Again, this is the whole canceling. You know, you can't cancel gold and silver. You just can't. So it makes sense to get gold and silver. So this is the reason why I am buying gold and silver. And I think it's an awesome idea to start. And I'm going to invite you to follow me, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and you can come with me on my journey getting gold and silver. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.